Gamescom 2025 is here, and Xbox has added two more pieces to the puzzle of where it's heading next. Microsoft has announced a cloud gaming only plan. Well, they didn't really announce it. They discussed it on the Xbox podcast. But in my mind, this is another clear step towards making Xbox less about consoles and more about accessibility anywhere. And if you don't think that's the future, well, you should stay tuned and watch this video because we're going to go over why it's the future. And at the same time, they've also explained exactly who the ROG Ally and Ally X are meant for, showing how Xbox is carving out a role in handheld gaming without building a device of their own. These moves aren't shocking on their own, but together, in my mind, they show us exactly how Xbox strategy is evolving. And let's jump right into it here first with the Xbox podcast. This is it. This dropped at the beginning of the week, and they had two executives on. They had Jason Beaumont, he's the VP of Experiences at Xbox, and Jason Ronald, he's the VP Next Generation at Xbox, which I think is maybe the coolest title in all of gaming. If you get a title in gaming, there he is right there. He's the dude with the long beard. That's Jason Ronald, the VP of Next Generation. That's the title that I want. That's so good. In this podcast, though, they announced and talked about that they're looking at a way to offer a lower cloud gaming only price point for Game Pass, essentially. So you don't have to subscribe to Game Pass at the Game Pass price. You have a streaming only price point. I think this is huge. Some people are saying, oh, this means that Game Pass Ultimate has peaked and this is plan B to grow subs. I don't think that's the issue at all there. I think that take is completely wrong. I think it's them trying to compete with GeForce Now. We know that GeForce Now has a big announcement that they're coming. GeForce Now is the leading cloud gaming service on the planet at the moment. If you have any doubts that cloud gaming is the future, go play GeForce Now. It is absolutely amazing. Cloud gaming on Xbox is 80% of the way there. GeForce Now is 100% of the way there. And Xbox, we know that Xbox is updating their blades and their servers in the background. They're going more towards PC-based, what GeForce Now is and has done and why they've had success. And so they're doing that to compete with GeForce Now. And I think having a separate subscription model that is stream only is exactly a move that you make in order to compete with GeForce Now as well. All of this points to them preparing for a Console-Lite future where streaming is the entry point into Xbox, for sure. I think that is undoubtedly. I think that this signals that Xbox's long-term goal means that there's no Xbox required. There's no box required. That could be something that if you want to play locally, you can pick up. But I don't think it's a requirement. Indeed, I think that's all PC gaming in the future. I don't think it's just it is meant for consoles. I think cloud as a standalone is going to become the standard for PC and consoles alike. I think that this would make it would make Xbox more easily competitive in regions like Asia, where consoles are less popular. Asia is mobile. They just are mobile gaming. They have little devices. That's why Nintendo dominates there. I don't think this is just another subscription either. You might be rolling your eyes like, oh no, I've got another subscription. Well, first of all, if you've got Game Pass Ultimate, and if you're watching this channel, chances are you do. But even if you don't and you're looking into getting into gaming, I don't think this is just another subscription model. I think this could be the next real step towards Xbox without an Xbox console, towards gaming without a console or PC device. I think GeForce Now is there. What GeForce Now doesn't have, though, is this entryway into your living room that Xbox already has. Xbox is already there. Xbox is set up on televisions. They did it right. They've set the infrastructure up. Now the question is, can they get to where GeForce Now is and stream straight to your television? And if they can, when they can, let me rephrase that, because I don't think it's a matter of if, I do think it's a matter of when. Again, if you doubt me, go check out GeForce Now. It's basically there. I don't think it's a matter of if, I think it's a matter of when. It's game over. And I firmly believe that. It's why I say that I believe that we're at the cusp of we're at the beginning of the Xbox domination generation. Let me ask you this, though. If Xbox stops selling consoles and becomes service-first company, do you stick with them? Let me know in the comments below, because the social media bros are telling me no way. They're saying that about PlayStation too. And by the way, PlayStation's going to be moving in the same direction. The entire gaming industry is moving in this direction. Why? Because look at movies, look at music, look at how you consume all your other entertainment, from YouTube to Apple to Spotify. You do it streaming. Gaming is going to be the same way. But I would love to know, let's do a short poll in the comments if you stick with them. I'd also love to know if a streaming only subscription comes out and you're a Game Pass subscriber, do you move to that? Because ideally it's going to, they're talking on this podcast. They talked about it being cheaper than Game Pass Ultimate, for instance, and that would be the entry point into Game Pass, which I think is really interesting and really cool myself. They also on this podcast talked about the ROG Ally and the Ally X audience, and we already knew this. They just confirmed it for us. Obviously, the ROG Ally, that's the entry point, is going to be the casual, budget-friendly, portable gaming device for gamers. The Ally X, and that's going to come in at $499. Quote me now. That's $499. A lot of people are saying there's no way. That entry-level price point, $499. The Ally X is for enthusiasts who want power, battery life. They're your hardcore gamers. I think, and I've always said this, I think this confirms and reconfirms in my mind that this is how Xbox is quietly testing the handheld market without risking billions on hardware, because ROG is already in the market. Asus is already in the marketplace. Let's use them. Let's partner with them. I think this is a Trojan horse strategy. I think let Asus build the hardware, Xbox builds the ecosystem. We work out the kinks, you get your PC, your Xbox on PC app, you get the mobile version of that, you get your operating system down, and then you hit the ground running. And if you have success, and this is a way into the PC gaming market, the PC handheld gaming market, and you can compete with Steam Deck, because I think that's your competition. Nintendo's a whole other story. I don't think that's the main competition here. I think it's a test to see, can we make waves in the same way that Steam Deck does? Can we compete with a Steam Deck here? And if you can, then Xbox probably goes first-party hardware eventually and complements it with this. It's going to be really, really interesting. I think Xbox does eventually use this segmentation to launch its own official handheld once the market is primed. Absolutely. I think this is a part of that priming of the market. And I think it's smart, but I'd like to know what you guys think. Do you think Xbox is being smart by testing handhelds through partners? Or do you think it's a mistake to not build their own hardware right now while Switch and Steam Deck dominate? I think it's smart. I don't think you need to risk that. I think work it all out. If it works and you test the theory and the theory is correct, then you go all in and then you build your own first-party device. Now, I do want to, I'm really excited about the whole handheld space with Xbox and the Xbox ROG Ally, and this is something that we got this week already as well from ROG North America. Gears of War Reloaded releases next week, and this is ROG Xbox Ally certified. They tweeted this out. Now, this is something that's new for Xbox gamers and us Xbox gamers out there. With Steam and Steam Deck, you have games on Steam, and then you have games that are Steam Deck certified. This is going to become the norm. As Xbox continues to enter the handheld space, this is going to become the norm going forward, and I'm here for it. I'm very excited. We're going to see games that are certified. Now, what does certification mean? Certified means that these games are built for your handheld. That's all that it means. On Steam Deck, it's the same way. And I think it's really fun and it's really exciting. I have one more tweet that I wanted to show you guys here, right here. This was just at the beginning of Gamescom, also from ROG North America. It said, hey, we've arrived in Germany. Now, I'm really excited to see as players get to test this device out, as they get their hands on it. Is it likely to succeed? We're going to know what their first impressions are so far from influencers, from KOLs, key opinion leaders who have got their hands on with it, from journalists and the like. Everybody's saying it felt good. It feels good. So it's going to be interesting now that it's in the hands of players. What does it feel like here? I think both announcements here hitting the cloud gaming and them talking about who these audiences are for each of these devices. I think them hitting here at the beginning of Gamescom is clear messaging that Xbox is leaning into cloud and handheld as its next phase. I think that's the reality. If you may not like that, I know some social media bros I'm seeing out there are like, no, I need my box. You don't, but okay. I don't think these are random updates. I think this is Xbox redefining its identity, ultimately away from consoles into Game Pass, and they've been doing it for a while. This is just another step in that direction. This is the first, I think, games conference where the focus is not on the box itself. It really, in reality. In fact, in this podcast, I don't think I saw an Xbox or an Xbox Series S shown off once. It was all about the handheld. Now you could say, well, they're focusing on it because it's at Gamescom. I think they're focusing on it because it's their future. It's no longer about hardware. It's all about software. Play anywhere, not just on Xbox hardware. That's the future. That's their marketing. That's Xbox's new strategy. I think this could be ultimately a bigger shift than when they first launched Game Pass, because, and this doesn't mean, let me say something here, because someone's gonna be like, oh, the consoles are dead. No, they're still making consoles. We're going to get a next generation of console. Just as the technology improves, that focus is slowly shifting and will shift over time to things like cloud gaming, handhelds, and variety and options in the same way that you can get the Xbox app now on your televisions, on your Samsung and your LG television, how you can get it on your Fire TV stick. The shift is coming, and the shift is big, and I'm really excited for it here. I would like to leave you guys with this question. Is Xbox future exciting because of this flexibility that they're offering here where you can play anywhere? Or does moving away from consoles for you make the brand less special? Let me know in the comments below. Tell me where I'm right. Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me what you're looking forward to. Also, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. My name is S1 the Gamer. We got videos like this dropping all the time right here. Have a great rest of your day, guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye, bye-bye.